How's it going, guys? Welcome to Audio Addiction. We have Calibre with us. He can say his name and what he does in the band.
Hey guys, this is Emin from Calibre. I'm the bassist and I also do the promo stuff for the band.
Awesome. So, the first question, Emin, the big one. How did you guys form Calibre? How did you get the rest of your members? And, how did the band start out pretty much?
I was actually the last person to join the band, funny enough, but the band started with Hamid and Milad, the guitarists. They're actually related.
Okay.
And they started doing covers and they wanted to, you know, uh, start a band and play live shows and stuff like that. Uh, it was back in 2015, I think, and cover bands were a big thing here back then. Since all of those big bands who have a huge following here, they can't come to Iran for the fans they have here. So there's that. And after the current vocalist joined, he started you know, they wanted to do original stuff
Mm-hmm.
instead of covers, original material. So they started to do metalcore riffs and stuff like that. And they actually recorded an album called The Storm Inside and released it through Downfall Records, a Swedish label, and got it distributed to every part of the world. You can actually buy it from the US, which I think is pretty amazing for
Yeah,
an artist in Iran.
that's
Yeah,
awesome. I'll have to go grab it when I have some extra money. But
thanks,
how
man.
did you wind up getting into the band? Because obviously you had mentioned your other band members, your vocalist, and the two guitar players. So how did you find out about the band, and then how recently have you joined, pretty much?
Uh, it wasn't that recently. It was last year in February or March or so. It's about a year.
There
Yeah.
we go.
They were actually looking for a bass player, and I had heard the album, and I was really amazed at everything, the songwriting, the vocals, the production, everything. It was spot on, and I just got in contact with the guitarist and told him that I got in contact with Hamid, to be exact. Uh, I talked to him and told him that I really liked the album, and he said, "You play bass?" Because my profile picture was me playing bass, and I said, "Yeah." He said, "Can you join?" And I was like, "Sure." It was that easy.
There you go. Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Um, I'm excited to hear new stuff. I did listen to From the Abyss just literally probably about like 10 minutes ago. And I always try to have like whenever I have people on, I always try to listen to the music before I have them on,
Hmm.
just as like kind of a way to just like understand where they're coming from and like who their influences by. So I guess more specifically, who are you influenced by, Emin? And like I guess you can speak for the rest of the band in terms of the bands that you guys collectively like.
Um, Actually, the main influences are the classic metalcore bands like All That Remains, Killswitch Engage, As I Lay Dying, and Texas in July, and Phineas, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, those bands are the main influences, but over the years, the guys started getting into the modern side of metalcore as well and tried to incorporate gent riffs and deathcore riffs. Obviously, not as much in the new single, but in the previous release, you can hear all those influences.
Yeah, I felt
Yeah.
like from the Abyss, from what I heard a lot of probably one of my favorite bands that never really blew up, but in Fear and Faith, I felt like you guys kind of incorporated a lot of. I know that they had like a lot of like piano stuff in their music, and obviously they're like one of those classic metalcore bands of probably the
Mhm.
early 2000s. And I was like, man, I don't. I was like, I haven't heard this like style in such a long time, and that made me super excited because I was like really into this single. I also thought of some other bands like 3 Days Grace. I felt like, especially the vocals felt kind of similar to
Mhm.
that. And I the single's awesome. Like I really enjoy it. Everybody should go check
I'm
it out.
glad.
Go check it out in the links below. But go give that one a listen because I was definitely surprised. I hope maybe the rest of the record, branches out a little bit more. I'm curious to see where it goes.
Hmm.
Are you guys working on? Is this a single to lead up into like an EP or an album or something like that?
We haven't decided about that yet, but we actually released an album, but we want to go through to the route of releasing singles
Hmm.
consistently. It seems to really work for a lot of bands nowadays because
Yeah.
of social media and the way people consume music nowadays. I think it's a wise choice to uh, get a following, uh, by releasing singles consistently.
No, I certainly agree. I'm excited to hear kind of the rest of the singles, and hopefully, maybe
Yeah,
they'll wind up being put together on like an EP or something. Um,
yeah,
but yeah, it was really awesome. You guys should check it out. But the next question, Emin, keeping it more current, who are some of the bands that you're listening to right now? What's on your Spotify? What have you been listening to lately?
me personally, or the guys from the band, or
You personally.
me personally, I have to say Architects.
Nice.
The new releases are great. Uh, Bring Me the Horizon is one of those. There's a band called Afterglow. I don't know if you know them. They're from Mexico.
Oh, I'll have to check them out.
Pretty, pretty genty metalcore. They're great. Stray from the Path, new metalcore. I think there's a lot actually. Era. Uh, I always still listen to the classics. Like I was listening to Diamond Head, of all things.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that is a
that's
classic.
some
You're right.
great stuff. Yeah,
Oh man.
they actually did a released their classic album. I don't remember the name. Lightning to the Nations. It was that, right?
I think so,
They
yeah.
did it. Yeah, they did a 2020 version of it. Classic metal riffs but modern production, which was really cool.
That's awesome. Well, hopefully,
Yeah,
hopefully, I'll have to go check that out because that sounds really
mm,
awesome. I didn't even know they
yeah,
released that, so I'll have to go listen.
yeah,
But good recommendations. I definitely can get behind the new Era stuff. I'm excited for their new album. I think it's
yeah,
coming out next month, technically, like March, something
mm,
around that point. So go check that out too.
yeah.
But next question, Evan, another fun one. If you guys were to pick a song to cover, what would it be?
Whew, that's a hard one. I don't know. I guess we really have to think about it, but I would really like to cover one of those classic heavy metal anthems that's never been modernized before. I have to really think about that. Me personally, I would like to do that. The other guys, I think they lean towards stuff like Evanescence and stuff like that. It could be a good, cool thing to consider.
There we go.
Yeah,
Well, if you have any suggestions for Calibre, drop them in the comments, especially if it's a classic metalcore track. I'm sure they'll do a justice to it. So give them some suggestions. But the next question, Emin, if you were to pick somebody to collaborate with, whether it be a guest vocalist on your next record or a producer you'd like to work with in the future, who would it be?
hmm. Me personally, I would really love to collaborate with Mendel. The
Ooh,
Yeah, that guy really can produce a lot of good music. He knows orchestration. He's a fantastic guitar player for sure, and his mixing and mastering are really good. So that's one guy I would really like to work with personally.
there we go. Well, if you want to shout outs to him, definitely get him out. Listen, this whole year, 2021. has been trying to get people to work together. So hopefully, if he watches this video, make sure to go tweet at him. I'm sure he'll go check it out. But definitely, let's make this happen. That'd be awesome. But next question, Emin, another fun
Yeah.
one. Favorite food to eat? What's your go-to?
Favorite food to eat?
Yeah.
That's funny because there's a burger place here, and I specifically love their burgers. It's called Cube Burger, and if you consider the price, it's really good. Like because of inflation and stuff like that, $2, and it's
What?
normal and it's great. Yeah. If anyone should come to Iran, they have to try Cube Burger. It's just perfect.
There we go. Well, Q Burger. I don't know if you have a social media presence, but you need to sponsor Emin. That's all I'm saying. Listen, I'm on the train. We gotta do it. Let's make it happen, guys. Q Calibre Q Burger collaboration coming soon. Um, Next question,
Yeah.
Emin. A personal favorite of mine. I'm a huge nerd, so I love asking this. If you could be a video game character, who would you be?
If I could be a video game character, hmm, I wanna say the guy from Dead Space, but I don't think that would be really fun to experience.
I don't think so either.
No, yeah,
Oh my
it's
god,
a
yeah, that
fun.
would be horrible.
When you say video games, that game comes into mind. I don't know, it's a psychological thing that's etched into my brain. I can't think of anything else. I play a lot of Counter-Strike, the classic one
Oh,
with my friends. Yeah, but
there.
I guess they don't have a specific character,
Yes.
a protagonist, a hero,
Well, you
like
could
Dead
be
Space.
Dead Space. Oh man. Oh, that's horrible. Well, hopefully you can get out of it. That's the
Yeah,
main importance here.
yeah,
um, Next question, Emin. One of my
yeah.
personal favorites as well. Obviously you're on here, and we appreciate that, but we want to try to spotlight Caliber in the best way. So for people watching this, I imagine they're either new fans or they might be returning fans of your band. What is one track that you would recommend to them to listen to that's just like, this is Caliber, I love this track? It could be a new track, it could be an old track. What's one that you would recommend them listening to first?
Number 13 for sure.
Ooh.
The track is called Number 13, yeah. It's the first track from the album, and everyone says it's the perfect first track for this album. Yeah,
There we go.
it's the best way, yeah, to know Caliber.
There we go. Well, I'll leave a link to check out track 13 as well. Go give that one a listen. It's an
Number
Emin
13,
number 13.
yeah.
It's an Emin recommendation that you need to go check out. So I'll leave that below. But next question, Emin, another fun one, music related, of course. If you were to compile a dream tour lineup, who would be on it?
A dream tour. Wow. I'd say Wage War. Uh, I don't know if As I Lay Dying are putting on tours right now, are they?
I think
I,
I know they're. I want to say not as of right now. I think Tim just got into like an
mm,
accident or something like
yeah,
that. So I think they
yeah,
might
I
be
heard
out.
that.
I think he might be out for a little bit. So I'd imagine probably not. But anyway, just imagine if Tim's healthy. We'll say as I lay
Yeah,
dying.
As I Lay Dying. Bleed from Within
Ooh,
and Polaris, and I'd say the headliner. The headliner would be As I Lay Dying, yeah. A dream tour, one other band. It's really not metalcore, but I'd love to do a tour with Shadow of Intent.
that would be awesome. Yes, Shadow of
Yeah.
Intent's awesome. I feel like they're very. I don't really hear that band so much. So for me, it's like I love hearing that, and I feel like they don't get enough recognition. So Shadow of Intent, shouts to them. Um, Next question, Emin. I have a question
Yeah.
more so like you're an Iranian band.
Hmm.
Like how is the scene out there? I'm always very curious as being like an interviewer, and I feel like a great
Hmm.
privilege of interviewing bands that are international. So, um, how is the scene out there? I feel like I don't hear a lot about it, so I'm always curious to hear from people that are in it.
Hmm. Well, it's a pretty closed off scene because of some restrictions we have here. And the reason you don't hear about it, I'll tell that a bit later, but you actually have to get permission to do live shows in Iran from
Oh
the
wow.
Ministry of Guidance, yeah, Ministry of Guidance and Culture. And everything it needs to be, uh, you know, uh, everything needs to be allowed by them. You need to get permission for most of the stuff, like even the band name. Even the band name
Oh
and
wow.
Calibre was approved, funny enough. Yeah, the story behind the band name is they actually needed it to be in an encyclopedia, a Persian encyclopedia called the لغتنامه ده خدا. Yeah, the De Khoda encyclopedia. And they wanted it to sound metal, something that sounds metal and is approved by them, which is a bit hard, to
Sure,
be
yeah.
honest. Yeah, and the guys found out that Caliber was actually there, and it was in that encyclopedia, and it was approved, so we kept using it. And there are a lot of good emerging bands from here, and the scene is really getting better at showing themselves to the rest of the world. And one of the reasons you don't get to hear Iranian bands is the restrictions aren't just from our part of the world. We're actually restricted by Facebook from the running ads
Oh
because of the
wow.
sanctions. Yeah, and there's also the banking sanctions, and you can't transfer money around that easily. And as you know, most of promotion nowadays is based on money. Yeah,
Wow,
to an
that is
extent.
insane. Well, hopefully, do you have any? I always try to have my users, listen to a wider variety of bands. So, like, is there any? You mentioned that there is some up and coming Iranian bands. Are there any that you recommend currently that you're like, man, these guys are really good. You should check them out.
Personally, I really like Out of Nowhere.
Okay.
They're an alternative metal and metalcore and gent type of band. They they're really diverse when it comes to genres, and we actually share a vocalist with
Oh
them.
wow.
Yeah, they live in Mashhad, another city. And another band I personally really like is a band called One Missing Link. They're a metalcore band too, and I really like their stuff. I think they've released a single or two. Yeah, they're a solid band.
There we go. Well, thank you for giving me some more information about the Iranian metal
No
scene.
problem.
It's always very interesting to at least get that perspective as being like an interviewer and stuff. And hopefully it gives a spotlight to Iranian bands because, again, that Caliber track, Into the Abyss, I was sold already, and I'm excited to check out more, Iranian metal bands and people watching this. I hope you're excited to watch it too, because I mean, listen, talents all over the world. So go support these guys. Definitely worth checking out. But keeping it back with the questions, Emin, another fun
Yeah.
one. Um, you obviously play bass, but if there was another musical instrument you could master, what would it be?
Mm, definitely the piano.
Oh, okay.
It has a lot of range. I really like that about it. You can basically do a lot of things with the piano. I don't know if you've heard, but there's an album that's full of Iron Maiden songs that's only played by the piano.
Oh, that's
Different
awesome.
piano lines. Yeah,
I'm sure that must have been
that's
sick. I'll have to check that
yeah.
out too. Give me a lot of homework, Emin. Um, but yeah, that's awesome. Well, hopefully, obviously, you guys utilize piano in the last single. So hey, maybe you might wind up be playing some piano lines in the next next work. uh, Next question, Emin. Another fun one. Favorite TV show, favorite movie?
Favorite TV show? I have to go with the German series Dark
Mm.
by Netflix. I think it's 10 out of 10. It's perfect. And for a movie, I'd have to go with The Matrix, but the second one.
Oh, yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I'm
yeah,
excited. Matrix 4 supposedly is coming out this year. Fingers crossed.
yeah.
I don't
Fingers
know.
crossed.
I hope it's good. I hope it's good. But
Me too.
next question, Emin. If you were
hmm
trapped on a desert island for the next month and there was one record you could bring with you, what would it be?
Slaughter of the Soul by At the Gates.
Ooh, okay. You have a reason
Yeah.
for that one?
I don't know. I just really connect with it. Especially the track Cold. 22 Years of Pain. I was actually 22 when I connected with that
Oh,
song, and
nice.
it just stuck with me. That record, yeah,
There we go.
it's just perfect.
Last thing, Emin, the most important
hmm
thing, the reason why you're here. Tell them about your band Calibre, where they can find you on social media, and anything you guys have coming up.
hmm well, we're actually on Instagram. The handle is caliber.band. We're on Facebook, caliber.metalcore. Twitter, Caliber the band. And we also have TikTok.
So do I, soon.
Yeah, TikTok is actually also restricted in Iran, but we
Oh,
found our way around that. Yeah,
well,
yeah.
go check out Caliber. Go check out Into the Abyss. That track is
hmm
awesome. I'll go check out. I'll also drop a link for number 13 as well. Go give that a listen.
hmm
I want to give a shout out to Anthony at Simple. You already know he's the major homie on the channel, but I had made a post and Emin commented on it. And, I always love having international bands, and I do not mind waking up early to talk to people from other countries.
hmm
um, I will look probably very sleep deprived as per usual, but I just want to let you know I'd love to have you on the channel. But huge shout outs to Emin too, for staying up late in in Iran to do this.
No,
Um,
it's 6:30. It's okay.
there we go. Well, awesome, even better.
Uh, the guys actually asked me to say one thing on the show.
Sure.
We're actually looking for a booking agent, so anyone who's interested in doing tours and helping us get on some international tours, just send us a message on social media. We'd
There we
love to
go.
work with you.
Go
Yeah.
hit up Caliber. You already know. I'll leave the links in the description to go follow them on social media. Please go do it. I feel like I am implored by Emin's story, about Iranian bands and stuff like that. And,
hmm
listen, music is an international language that we all speak. So go give them a listen. Go follow them.
hmm
Go support them. I'm sure it means the world. And they're
Of
they're
course.
they're they're awesome. So go give them a listen. And if you enjoyed this content, make sure to subscribe, hit that like, share it. It goes a long way. And huge thanks to Emin of Caliber for coming on tonight.
Thanks for having me, man.